historically, I've never really been one for the holidays. Like, if I want to be all the way transparent, which I strive to do every single day, historically, I've never been one for the holidays. Never. In full transparency, this day, today, is the first time since I got locked up in 2003 that I felt festive or in the mood, as they like. I honestly, when I woke up this morning, I was actually grateful that it was Thanksgiving, because, and I want to be clear, I don't celebrate the holiday aspects, but what I do celebrate, what I'm always appreciative of, is being able to be present with family, loved ones. This morning was different. This morning was different. I got up at 3 in the morning. I've been getting up at 3 in the morning for the longest now. October 12th, me and my wife had to rush to the hospital. Pregnant. Right? October 12th. My son wasn't supposed to be here till December 18th. Me and my wife stayed in the hospital from October 12th all the way until November 7th. We stayed in the hospital. That's where we were at. I'd come home. We live about 10 minutes from the hospital. I'd come home. I'd make some content. I'd go right back to the hospital to be with her. And every single day we didn't know what was going on. We were just hoping that she would stay stable enough, as the doctor said, because it was touch and go. My son ended up getting here November 3rd. It's 37 weeks today. He's been home now since November 10th. And this morning, when I woke up 3 in the morning, I got to go pick up my son. You know what I'm saying? And I got to change his diaper, and I got to feed him. And what it was the culmination of a lot of my prayers going on right in that moment. Because I remember when I was sitting in prison, I was sitting in solitary confinement, most specifically, on wrath. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all, man. Happy holidays. If you don't celebrate it, man, hey, happy Thursday. You understand what I'm saying? We rock with everybody. But I remember I'm sitting in solitary confinement this specific time. And one of the ways that I used to try to escape the reality of solitary confinement, because during the term of my incarceration, close to 17 years, I did over 3 years in the hole. And there's different things you can try to do to occupy your mind when you're in solitary confinement. But let me tell you, rest assured, you cannot escape that which you are in. And when you're sitting inside those four walls, what happens to a man is either he loses himself completely or he finds himself. Some people do both. I think I did both. I think there was a point where I lost myself in solitary confinement. I was in a hole for so long, the walls, whatever. And then I think there was a moment where I found myself. Because the way I could really explain it, and if you've ever done time, then maybe you can feel me in this way. But the best way I could really explain it is, it was like I was going underwater and I realized that I still wanted to breathe. And that's when I started to really contemplate, while I was sitting in solitary confinement, about what I wanted my life to be like. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting in there and I'm trying to figure out my life, but at the same time, I'm not knowing if I'm going to make it home. When I got sentenced in 2003 to 144 years, there was no guarantee that I was going to make it home. That was the reality of the situation. But I began to just try to envision it, because I needed something to focus on in order to keep going. And one of the things I envisioned was, man, could I make it home to have a family one day? Prior to me getting locked up, like a lot of us, especially young men, all that, we're not thinking about no family or nothing. We just running. That's it. We running. Right? And the reality of the situation is, when you lose it all, or you take a hit like going to prison, something detrimental occurs in your life, all of a sudden you're gonna want to value your life. You're gonna take a step back if you're smart and start to reconsider things. And one of the things I knew that I wanted to make it home and have a family. So November 3rd, appreciate that, Taniora. My son was born. My wife made it out the hospital. It wasn't always guaranteed. I'm telling you, man, scary. As a man, you never want to be in a situation where, you know, the people that you love the most, something could happen and you can't do nothing about it. All I could do was pray. But she made it out. He made it out. She's out there cooking some dishes or whatever. Mom's cooked. It's going to be a good Thanksgiving. No? It's going to be a good Thanksgiving. So it's different for me. And the reason it's different, I want to say this too, man, is because I remember all the times where I was sitting in the cell, right? And I'm sitting in the cell block, and I'm waiting on a tray. You know what I'm saying? That they call it a special tray. And if you ever did time, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because it's got a little extra food, but at the end of the day, there's no love in it. The turkey is cold, it's sliced, you know what I'm saying? The gravy is nothing, right? And you're in a situation where literally that's your highlight of the day. They're going to lock it down. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to lock it down that day. When I was doing my time, every single time they locked it down, every holiday. It was always short of staff. It's always modified lock. All of that. Stormy, I see you said it feels like a dream. It feels distant to me now, too. It does. It feels distant to me now, too, but at the same time, it's still so close, man. But I remember that being the highlight. Outside of that, you'd be waiting for visitation. And visitations were bittersweet, too, when you're sitting on the inside of the prison, because you're in a situation where literally, guess what? Visitation probably going to be an hour tops. They're going to push you up out of there because everybody's coming during the holidays. When it's not the holidays, you're going to get longer time to ride with your people, maybe 2 hours if you're blessed. Especially on a Sunday, a lot of people at church, different things like that. You got to be strategic. But on the holidays, no. The phone lines were crazy. Hands down, one of the most stressful situations in prison were the phone lines during the holidays. Listen, every system is different. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they got people to call, some people don't, right? Some people are literally sitting there trying to figure out if they got somebody to call. People are trying to get out there, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, the situation, man. And